Annyeonghaseyo, it is your girl, K Girly. Welcome to the official launch of the K Girlies K Talk podcast. And of course, one more time, I am your lovely host, K Girly. Now, a lot of you guys tuned in to my soft launch 2 weeks ago, and I am very grateful for that. To everyone who has reached out to me via DMs and sent me all those sweet messages, left comments and everything, I really, really appreciate you guys. We're going to start this off by me addressing a few things. So the K Girlies K Talk podcast will drop every Wednesday and Saturday night for 7:30 p.m. unless instructed otherwise. Now, as I stated on my TikTok live, I do work at a hospital. So, and that can affect some things, but I will always let you guys know a day in advance. Because the shift that I work is a 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. So, yeah, there are times where I might be a little tired and I might miss the podcast deadline. But I will always make sure I let you guys know a day ahead. But I'm going to make sure I do my best to make sure that I drop the podcast in a timely scheduled fashion. Hence, that is why all my podcasts are pre-recorded ahead of time. Another thing that I am going to address is, a lot of you guys did reach out to me of being a guest star on the podcast. Hello, my fellow melanin sisters. Thank you guys for reaching out about that. If you want to be a guest star on the podcast, here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be doing it via TikTok live. So with that being said, because I don't know how to work this YouTube thing out 100%, I know I can go live on YouTube, but I need at least 50 subscribers to go live on YouTube. And on top of that, I don't know if you can add someone to your live on YouTube. So until I get that figured out, to be safe, I'm going to do the guest stars via TikTok live for the podcast. Now, when I do the TikTok lives for the podcast and I have the special guests on there, I'm letting you guys know now the podcast will be recorded. So I will be screen recording the entire podcast to upload later on YouTube for anyone who has missed it. If you do not want to be recorded, but you really, really want to be a guest star on the podcast, please let me know when I select you to be a guest. That way I can let everyone know, hey, look, thank you for tuning into the Gay Girlies podcast. This is ABCDXYZ. And I will not be recording this podcast. So if you guys tune in, you tune in. If you don't, you don't. You know, if you miss it, you miss it. So I will not be recording it per the guest star's instructions. So I'm really trying to make this as respectful as I possibly can for everyone and make sure everyone enjoys it the way I'm going to enjoy it. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. So now that I've gotten that out the way, for those of you who did not watch my soft launch podcast, again, my name is K Girly. I am a melanin K-pop stan. My alt groups are Stray Kids and ATEEZ. My bias records from Stray Kids is Changbin and Baekchan, and my bias records from ATEEZ are Yeosan and Jungho. So just to throw that out there, of course, my bias line for Stray Kids is IN, Sungmin, and Yeonjun. And my bias line for ATEEZ is, of course, the beautiful mother Seonghwa, the lovely Wooyoung, and Yeonho. So, yeah. So, like, long as you guys have a little bit of background on me, I am 25 years of age. So, yeah, I am pretty young, but it's okay. We're going to have fun. I'm still going to cater to my adult community members and stuff like that. So, yeah, because, you know, this podcast is 18 and up. Unless I get proven otherwise to where I should make this podcast 21 and up, you know, we're gonna be rocking and rolling with us adult stands over here. On this podcast, of course, I addressed it on the last podcast, but again, if you have not watched the last podcast, on this podcast, the K Girlies K Talk, I will be addressing serious issues. So we will be having serious conversations. I will be addressing some of the most serious stuff, especially the racism in the K-pop community, especially among the fandoms, with the targets mainly being melanin stans, as if K-pop was not built off Black culture. Happy Black History Month. So, I will also be talking about parasocialism between the fans. I will be talking about the entitlement of some of these fandoms. I will be talking about everything, okay? So if you're one of those people that don't like to hear it, baby, this is not the podcast for you. Whatever's not your cup of tea is someone else's cup of coffee, okay? Okay. If you're one of those people that gets real sensitive and like to hear what the fuck you want to hear, this ain't the motherfucking podcast for you. I'm sorry to tell you that, buddy. Go and get your ass on. I'm gonna be honest. Go and get on. This podcast, I will not be biting my tongue. I will be saying it all. I will be saying it all. So especially my personal opinions. If you agree, you agree. You don't, you don't. Hey, you know. Another thing that I'm going to request, matter of fact, it's not even a request. It's a demand, okay? If you are going to tune into this podcast, you're going to leave your comments or whatever, be respectful. My motto is respect, and be respected. Do not come on this podcast with your entitlement, with your disrespectfulness, your toxicness, none of that. Do not come over here with that, okay? This is not the podcast for it. Granted, I know, because I am a logical and I'm a real person, I'm a real fan with a real logical mindset. Nowhere on the internet is a safe space. Hence, like I said it on my last live, that's really why a lot of motherfuckers was coming at me on Threads, you sensitive bitches. Nowhere on the internet is a sacred space. From what they say, it's a sacred space. But this space that I am creating, of course, you know, I understand that there are going to be some people who do not agree. There are going to be some people that's going to have their own opinions. There are going to be some people that's going to downright be, you know, saying anything, whatever. But I do highly demand you do not come over here with that disrespectfulness. I just don't. Like, don't even be in the comment section with it. Because there are a lot of people who actually support my podcast because I do talk about real shit and I don't back down from it. And they will come at you. Like, I'm not even gonna tell them to come for you. Like, they're just gonna do it. Like, because that's how it is. So, with that being said, let me get into a little bit more background of the podcast. The last podcast, you know, I went into detail on how I really got into making a podcast. So I started, long story short, I started a series on TikTok. We Listen and We Don't Judge. The first edition was the Stay edition. And of course, when you log into Threads, the first thing you see on Threads, the first thing you see when you open up Threads is some of the most feral, diabolical shit you have ever seen people posted on Stray Kids. So I decided to do a segment called We Listen and We Don't Judge. Fast forward. That was mean. I'm sorry. A person made a comment on one of the posts. Mind you, the post at the time when everything was happening, the post was 2 months old. The person decided to make a comment on the post that was 2 months old. And when she made the comment, I genuinely didn't know what she was talking about. I just thought she was being funny or something. So I'm just laughing it off. Next thing you know, she sends a direct message to me, and the direct message was very disrespectful. And to me personally, when I read something disrespectful, I take my time to respond because it's like I need to calm down because I'm not that type of person to talk when I'm upset because I'm a very logical thinker. I need everything to say to make sense. And before I can even respond back to the young woman, she sends her followers and her moods like it was people coming from all over, like, and they were all like associated with her in some way, shape, or form. There were even some of them were her friends directly coming for me. I'm just like, oh, so this is what the fuck we're doing. And then the icing on the cake, besides the Target and stuff, there was this girl who I went to a Stray Kids concert with last year. It was all 4 of us. We were all in a group chat. We were all going because it was our first time going to a Stray Kids concert last year. That bitch, yes, I said it, that bitch decided it was going to be cute to go on Threads and lie stating that I assaulted a minor to get to Chris at the Arlington show. Mind you guys, I still have every single video. Even to this day, I still have all the videos from the Dominate tour. You can see how far away I was standing from the stage and how far away I was from everybody. Like, so for her to say something like that, and the fact that my other friend messaged her, because like I said, all four of us, we were in a big ass group chat. So it was just like, you still talk to some of us in the group chat, and then they literally text her and was like, hey, why would you do that? And she basically admitted that she lied just to join in on attacking me. Okay, you're cut. Goodbye. So that's what ultimately led me into making this podcast, because it's like, I'm going to be the one. It's not too many people speaking out about the disrespect in these fandoms, especially when it comes to Stay, as someone who used to consider herself a Stay. After that, I don't consider myself a Stay, especially seeing how rude that, because literally like the day before I was getting those messages and DMs and stuff like that, the day before they were already fucking with somebody on Threads and Instagram and all that. And I was like, okay, so basically I'm the next person that y'all decided to go with. Okay, cool, fine and dandy. Okay. And it was mainly because motherfuckers was like, oh, Threads is a sacred, safe space. How dare you share our posts? Our usernames are shown. First of all, rule of thumb of social media, you do not want it seen, do not post it. That is the rule of thumb. You learn that in elementary school. You actually learn that before getting to middle school. That whatever you post on social media, it's on social media forever. It does not matter if you want to share it or not. The FBI sees every single thing we make and post on social media, sweetie pie. So after that, it just came to the point where I was just like, everybody is sharing everyone's threads. Everyone is like, Instagram and Threads is literally connected. Like when you scroll on Instagram, you can see people's threads on Instagram. So it just I was just like, okay, at this point, y'all just wanted to target somebody. I wanted to bully somebody. Okay, cool. Bye, y'all. Whoop the fucking do. Go about your business. So that's what caused me to make this podcast, because I'm going to be talking about and addressing a whole lot of the serious issues. And speaking of serious issues, when they targeted me, it's the fact that it was over something stupid. When fandoms target people, they don't target people over serious shit. They target them over being feral. They target them being funny. They target them out of embarrassment. They target them out of being entitled. And I'm just like, are we really doing this right now? Like, are we really doing this right now? Like, some of the targets be coming from jealousy. Like, okay, you guys, don't rock your Glock when I say this. Like the redhead stan, that likes Han of Stray Kids. The redhead, I don't know her name, but the redhead, calling her a say-sing because she has money to go to every show. Me personally, that's not a damn say-sing. That's just a fucking fan with a lot of fucking money. The say-sings, the people who need to be getting called out, aren't even the ones being called out. Like, Lino has been stalked how many times, and nobody has yet to call out that say-sing or even show who the say-sing was? I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying, like, the K-pop stans is serious when they want to be serious about certain shit. Like, they serious when it comes to the feralness. They serious when it comes to people having so much money going to see their idols. They're serious when it comes to numbers and charts. They're serious when it comes to the groups who's more talented than They're serious to shit like that. But when it comes to the serious shit like say-sings, idols being overworked, idols being mistreated, quiet, mouse. Nobody says a word. It's like y'all pick and choose what y'all want to be serious about, and then not to mention the racism. Let's first of all, let's start there. I don't care who get mad. If you gonna get mad because I'm finna talk about racism, get off the podcast right now. Racism is everywhere. It's everywhere. Can't get rid of it. It's gonna get talked about. First of all, when it comes to K-pop, K-pop, Happy Black History Month, is literally built off black culture, black hip hop and R&B. Let's just start right there. And to the people who just swear to God, oh no, it's not. No, baby. If you do your research on K-pop, it is built off black hip hop and R&B music. Not to mention, the K-pop industry has the largest amount of black producers in the world. Not even in the world, but in the entire music industry. Literally, ATEEZ works with a lot of black producers, but nobody is ready for that conversation. So I'm not understanding the hate towards the melanin stands. Like, we ain't did shit. We just around this bitch chilling. I'm chilling. We chilling. What y'all want us to do? Like, why would we not like it? And then to my fellow melanin stands that don't understand K-pop but quick to judge the melanin stands that love K-pop, why would we not like a culture that was built off us? Can't even answer that, can you? Now, the crazy part is, some people would always be like, oh, the idols are just using y'all for, this and that and the third. First of all, the largest black fandom, the largest melanin fandom is with ATEEZ. ATEEZ has the largest melanin fandom like you can think of. Like, I didn't even think ATEEZ had that many melanin stands, but baby, we up in there. We up in there. Hey, y'all. Hey, we up in there. So, I mean, why would I not like a culture that was built off my culture? Why wouldn't I? I'm just saying, why wouldn't I? And then on top of that, something else that I have learned is that Korea doesn't really know what's going on with the world, if that makes sense. Like, they're not taught certain histories. So some of these idols are learning as they go what to do, what not to do. If you notice, Christopher from Stray Kids, my old group, y'all know Bang Chan, Christopher had braids in his head, but from my understanding, and someone correct me if I am wrong, he put braids in his head with a bandana, and he did it to pay homage to Kendrick Lamar because Kendrick Lamar is his favorite artist. That is from what I understand. That is from what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But if it is true, he did it out of respect. But even when he did put the braids in his head, he wasn't acting black, if y'all know what I mean. Like, he didn't try to talk with a black accent. He didn't sag his pants. Like, he didn't do none of that. Like, he really wasn't, like, portraying black, if that makes sense. Not like what the fuck that the girl group did. Like, not Kiss of Life. Not even, like, Kiss of Life. That shit was fucked up. That was fucked up. But Chris, he just put the braids in his head to pay homage to Kendrick Lamar, and people ate his ass up. And to this day, he has not put braids in his head since. But we round here, as melanin stands, praising Tarzan. First of all, to see my fellow melanin stands praise him for even after he states, like, he views our culture as a costume, and he just around here saying the N-word. For y'all to praise him, I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed, because, like, that's very disrespectful to think that our culture is a costume. It's really not a costume. Like, if you really think about the history of America, damn near every invention in America is made by someone that's black. Happy Black History Month. I'm just saying. So when it comes to K-pop, it's just like, the entitlement from some of these fans is just diabolical, because, especially at concerts, for example, Stray Kids, the only reason why I can speak on that concert is because that is the only K-pop concert that I have ever been to. When I went to go see Stray Kids, the entitlement was so motherfucking insane. I was dead ass like, so bitches really bought these tickets. For the record, it was VIP sound check. Everyone knows if you want to get a good spot at Barricade for a K-pop concert, or, depending on if the concert has seated floor seats for the pits, you would get VIP sound check to be able to get in the pits and stand and get to Barricade. For me to see people lined up by like 4 a.m. just so they can make sure they get a spot at Barricade was outrageous. Like, and for Arlington Day 2, there were people that were lined up at 4 a.m. and made it in the pit the same time I did, because Arlington Day 2 wasn't playing that shit. Like, they literally made sure they switched up them fucking wristbands. That's like, nah, we told y'all the first day, don't camp out. And what y'all decided to do, camp out, all right, we finna show y'all. So, for me to even see that alone struck a nerve. And I'm gonna be honest, it struck a nerve in me, because I was like, what the yeah, dedication is on high. Dedication on 10. Dedication on 10. No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. I would not, no. I made it to that concert at exactly 10 a.m. to check in, and I still had a good ass spot that I stood in. I still got three interactions from Changbin, 1 interaction from Yeonjun, and I got to touch Chris' hand, because Chris actually reached his hand through the girl that lied on me and the 16-year-old. Like, he reached his hand through there and just touched my hand. I didn't push or shove nobody. Like, so I'm just like, I mean, whatever floats your boats, go for it. But it's like, when Chris did that, I turned, because I'm hearing somebody cry. I turned, it's like 3 people crying because they didn't touch Chris. Like, is y'all dead ass? Like, what? Am I missing something? Like, are we, what? Like, the entitlement is just insane. And then when you do get an interaction with some of these idols, whether it's ATEEZ, or I'm not saying 18 does that. I've never seen 18 does that. God forbid y'all do that, but I don't know. I'm just using, everything as an example. 18 and Stray Kids, or in Hyphen, or Cordis, who is minors, by the way, or, all these different idols, and you get your moment with them, or you get an interaction with them, then you got about 2-3 haters in the back of you. Oh, it don't mean nothing. He just touched you. Like, what the fuck is you so mad for? You wanted to touch him, bitch. You should have got right there next to me. What you mad for? And then comes the hate comments. Oh, they did this to get to the person. Oh, they did. The entitlement is insane. The entitlement is insane. Like, even when someone loses, if someone gets kicked out of Barricade, and then they'll be like, I worked hard for that Barricade spot. What the fuck? Oh, girl. Which, I mean, I understand, when you get your Barricade spot, you want to keep that motherfucker. But if you did something fucked up to get that spot, what makes you think security is going to allow you to stay there? Like, you just pushed so many people to get right there. You just disrespected so many people to get right here. You just disrespected my people. Why would I let you stay in that Barricade? Move out the way, get to the back. What you doing? And another thing that I've noticed, people get these tickets for these concerts just to have a moment with them. Mind y'all, I showed up to the concert with no sign. I had made a sign, but when I read the policies, I was like, okay, I ain't gonna bring a sign, and I'm cool. Like, I'm cool with just talking to him. Mind you, I got an interaction with Changbin without a sign. That was my first interaction with him, because he seen me. I had on all white. And I was flexing. I was trying to get him to flex during sound check, and he told me to wait. And after that, the girl, the 16-year-old, she was so adorable. She had a Sungmin sign, and she damn near pissed. I felt like that poor baby. We was all right there trying to hold her and her mom, because we was like, it's okay. And I kept the energy alive in the area, basically. And the 16-year-old was like, no, I want you to have your moment with Christopher and them, or Changbin. Like, the 16-year-old, she really wanted me to have her moment. She really wanted me to have a moment. So she literally gave me papers so I can have a moment with him. But, yeah, but like shit like that, it made my heart full, because it was just like, okay, they were egging me on to get that moment with him. So that made me happy. But when we come to this entitlement thing, like, oh, you feel entitled that Chris should tell you this. You feel entitled that Felix has to do this, or Changbin has to do this, or Ian has to do this. And it's just like, I feel like they do it more with Stray Kids, because they know Stray Kids give a fuck. You can't really do that shit with ATEEZ, because ATEEZ don't give a fuck. Like, if you stand Stray Kids, you can't say you hate ATEEZ. Like, ATEEZ is Stray Kids in a different font. Stray Kids is ATEEZ in a different font. Let's really talk about that. But yeah, like the entitlement is so insane. Like, motherfucker, fuck, Chris can be flirting with somebody, which has happened multiple times. Kristen flirted with people, and motherfuckers, the fandom got mad. The fuck are y'all getting mad for? Christopher Chang Bang is pushing 60. What y'all want him to do? Beat his meat? I'm just confused what the fuck y'all want that boy to do. He want to get married, and then y'all say get married, do this, and when he tries, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, I just really want to know. Girl, I don't know. But I will say this, because I'm also going to hold him accountable as well. The parasocialism with him and Yunjin, oh girl. And the reason why I speak more on Stray Kids the most is because I've been with them the longest out of all the K-pop groups, so it's like I understand them in the fandom even more. It's just like the parasocialism is gotten bad, if you ask me. Like, I don't care who gets mad at, like, it has. The parasocialism has gotten bad. It has. And me personally, I mean, I get Yunjin wants people to walk up to him and be like, say hello to him when he's on his time off. You know, granted, there are some respectful stands. Like me, I'm a respectful stand. Like, if I'm walking past him, I will say hello. But if I'm standing like, what, 20 yards away from him and I see him, I'm not going to approach him and say hello. I'm sorry. I just won't do that. To me, that would just be, to me, it would be rude. I don't know about anybody else. I can be fucking 20 feet away from Yunjin. I can be 20 feet away from Yunjin. I can be 30 feet away from Yunjin. I'll say 60 feet away from Yunjin. I will not yell, scream, nothing. I'll look at him and be like, oh shit, that is Yunjin of Stray Kids, but I would not approach him. Granted, if me and him walking on the same side and I'm finna walk past him, yeah, I'm gonna speak. But other than that, to me personally, I wouldn't feel right approaching him saying hello. I just wouldn't do that. And, you know, so it's like I get him saying, hey, look, approach me and say hello. I'll be going to this museum this day. And that concerned the fuck out of me, especially with how crazy these bitches is, especially knowing after Jungkook got out the military and that bitch was at that man door, hand on her hip with a bag. Girl, when I say baby is bold. Because, girl, who would do something like that? Like, and then, like, the parasocialism itself be getting me, because I just, like, cancel the fan calls. Because I feel like the fan calls is just egging on the parasocialism. Like, ain't no way I'm spending hundreds of dollars just to talk to them on the phone for 1 minute. 2 minutes at most. No, ma'am, I would not. No. Like, if I'm spending hundreds of dollars doing something like that, oh, honey, we finna go together real bad. Real bad. That's just, I think it's because it's more so I'm a logical thinker. Fun fact about K Girly, I am a logical thinker. I just think heavy on a lot of stuff. Like, especially when I found out girls were paying $15,000 to take a Polaroid picture with Stray Kids. Honey, I'm gonna hold everybody's hands when I say this. Baby, hold my hand now. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, y'all. If I spend $15,000 to get in front of a camera with one of those boys, it's just a camera person, me, and I'll say Bang Chan. That $15,000 is gonna turn into either 15 million or 15 billion, depending on how good it's gonna sell. Use your imagination. And I mean that with my whole chest. Like, I'm not, 15,000 to get in front of a camera. That 15,000, as I said it before, is gonna turn into 15 million or 15 billion. Use your imagination. He gonna let me know how far the train sleeps, how far the train goes. I'm just saying, cause like 15, no, ma'am. Oh no. No. Like, I get meet and greets. I do understand meet and greets, because I mean, a lot of artists do meet and greets. Like, who doesn't? But to spend that much money, if nobody has realized it yet, there's honestly a money game. Like, the more money you got, basically the more money you got, the more time you can spend with the idols, basically. And I'm sorry, I'm just one of those normal fans. I'm just not gonna do that. Like, I listen to your music, I support you. We meet each other, we meet. You want to be friends with me, we be friends. Like, that's just me. That's just me and how I think, So yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just an overthinker in how I think. Especially with this entitlement, the fans feeling like they supposed to do this. Like, oh, Stray Kids, they supposed to do this. Or Cardi, they supposed to do this. Like, the entitlement is so diabolical. It further proves my point that these fans is running the companies, not the companies. Like, because ain't no way y'all canceling somebody for falling off a scooter. Ain't no way you canceling somebody for being seen with another person. Ain't no way you canceling somebody for dating. Ain't no way you canceling somebody for taking a shot of alcohol. Ain't no way you canceling somebody because you see them smoking. Ain't no way you canceling somebody because you see them with a bottle of beer. Ain't no way you canceling somebody because you thought you saw somebody. You thought you saw them in a hotel bed with somebody. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. They're grown as men and women. They're grown men and women. Like, what? I just don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, granted, they fine as a motherfucker. If y'all haven't seen Stray Kids in person, I highly advise you do that at least once in your life. Because when I tell you them boys is finer than a motherfucker. When I seen Stray Kids in person last year, I could not believe how fine they was. I just could not believe it. And the fact that Changbin, and IN came in front of me so many times to the point where I was like, bitch, am I doing something wrong? Wait. When I say fine, finer than the mother... Y'all. When I tell y'all them boys is so fine. When I tell y'all them boys is scrumptious. Yo, I can't describe how fine they is in person. I really can't, man. Y'all gotta really see that for yourselves. Like, I don't know. Ooh, girl, y'all, I don't know, man. Y'all gotta. That's just. I can't describe how cute. I can't describe their beauty, man. Y'all gotta see that shit in person. Cause what you seeing on Instagram and social media, that ain't shit compared to what you would want to see in person when you meet them boys. I don't know. But I don't know, man. It's just, I will say this, Stray Kids is one of those groups you have to go and see in person. If you don't go see them in person at least once in your lifetime, I don't know what to tell you. Like, the atmosphere was just so dope. Like, I will forever be a fan of Stray Kids, dead ass. Like, I will say this, and y'all can rock y'all Glocks, I don't care. Stray Kids need to rebrand. I'm sorry, Stray Kids need to be Stray Men, because I want more Hold My Hand. I want more Railway. And first of all, I need Chris to drop the original version of Railway, Drive, Red Lights, Escape. He had to dial all that back because the company told him to do it to cater to the younger fans. First of all, as a younger fan, what is you doing listening to that type of music? Where your mom at? Where your dad at? Where your grandmama at? Where your grandpapa at? Where your people at? Girl, that music is for me. I'm an adult. That music is for me. Like, and I know people like, oh, they should cater to the taste of kids too. For what? That's what they got Kids Bop for. That's what they got Kids Bop for. What, like, are we serious right now, baby? That's what we got Kids Bop for. Oh, girl. I'm just saying. But I know, yeah, that was so stupid what I just said. That was so stupid. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, for real, that's honestly just how I think about it. I just feel like if Stray Kids do a rebrand, it's gonna weed out who needs to get weed out. That's all I'm gonna say with that. Cause I mean, the infantilizing of stray kids, not just stray kids, but with a lot of these artists who are grown ass men, that actually needs to be studied. I don't know, man. But we're gonna talk more about the infantilizing of the idols because Chris can show teach me how to bang. You heard me? Like, move, Sungmin. It's my turn to get Changbin handled. Like, I want to be Changbin handled. Like, move. You know, I want to be Youngest little muse. And don't worry, I ain't forget about ATs. Oh, your son. Jung Ho. And then Jung Ho is a 2000s baby like me. Get to the side. Get to the side, y'all. Big Mama got this. I swear Big Mama got this. Y'all as well. And to all you motherfuckers, they're just now calling Chung being cute because he took off his shirt. Get to the back of the line. Get to the back of the line. Get to the back of the line. Girl, get to the back of the line, okay? Okay. Like, but I hope you guys enjoy the first official release of K Girlies K Talk. I am your host, K Girly, and I am sending kisses. I will see you guys Saturday, 7:30 p.m. On that note, annyeong!